Right. Looks like we have a good group. I think we can get started today. So thank you all so much for joining today's webinar. My name is Jennifer Cook. I'm the Senior Director of Marketing at the National Cybersecurity Alliance. And I'm really excited to talk to you today about how to get involved in Cybersecurity Awareness Month this October. So I'm going to end our poll and see the results. So it looks like a lot of you have participated in Cybersecurity Awareness Month before, 81% of you, but 19%, this is your first time, so welcome. So if you've participated in the campaign before, especially with NCA, some of the information in this webinar, might be familiar to you, but I also encourage everybody throughout the webinar to put any questions in the Q&A box and use the chat feature as well. We'd love to hear about, what your plans are for the month or what you've done before, especially for those people that have never participated before. It's always helpful to hear, what other people are doing and what activities they can run in their organizations. Also, just note that this webinar is being recorded and we'll make the recording available after the webinar. You'll all receive an email with that as well as the slides. Okay, let's get started. First, just a bit about the National Cybersecurity Alliance for anyone that is unfamiliar. We're a nonprofit organization and the founders of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We've been running this campaign for over 20 years, but it's just one of the many activities we do throughout the year. So our main mission is to empower a more secure, interconnected world, and we do this through year-long educational initiatives. We have our convene conferences twice a year for cybersecurity professionals. We run Data Privacy Week every January. Our new campaign, AI Fooled, is every April, where we talk about AI safety and AI-enabled scams. We have a program for small and mid-sized business owners called Cybersecure My Business. We have a fun video series called Cubicle that's available on our YouTube channel. And we have a program for college students interested in cybersecurity careers called See Yourself in Cyber. So we also have just tons of free resources and articles on our website on all different topics year round. So you can check out those articles and all of these programs on our website, StaySafeOnline.org. So, for anyone that's unfamiliar with Cybersecurity Awareness Month, just a bit of background. So, Cybersecurity Awareness Month first began in 2004, and it is every October of every year. It's a full campaign that runs from October 1st to 31st. So, it's hosted by the National Cybersecurity Alliance, but we see a ton of participation from many different organizations across the world. So, I'll get into that more in a bit, but our audience for this campaign is really just everyone. I mean, cybersecurity is, relevant to every one of us, no matter our roles at work. It's important for our daily lives and our families. So we tried to distill down our top cybersecurity messages and online safety tips into a few key points, which you'll see in a sec. And we partner all month long with public and private sector organizations of all sizes. This campaign is really for anyone. It can be adapted into any size organization, no matter your industry or your budget. And I'll get into that in a bit. But the goal overall is to educate the general public about online safety and empower everyone to take steps to protect themselves online. So we do this by ensuring that organizations have the resources they need to educate their own employees and their customers about online safety. And we also collaborate with the federal government and private industry to raise awareness in general. So if you're interested in following along with Cybersecurity Awareness Month, I'll share a lot of links in this presentation too, but if you're ever looking for something in particular, you can just visit the URL on the screen, staysafeonline.org/program/cybersecurity awareness month. That is the campaign landing page where you can find everything you need. So last year, we ran a really great campaign and saw a ton of engagement. We had 3,800 people and organizations registered to become champions of the month. They came from 27 different sectors, Big ones we saw were the tech sector, higher education, government, financial services. And we just saw tons of engagement on social media, people coming up with their own posts, using our hashtags, retweeting each other. Our champions came from 107 different countries, and we're just always thrilled to see year over year the number of participants from different countries has grown. So this has really become a global initiative. Um, we ask all champions when they register what the estimated reach of their activities are. And last year we totaled that estimated reach at 58 million people. And we saw, again, just tens of thousands of posts online using our hashtags. Some of you came up with your own hashtags, but still ran your own great Cybersecurity Awareness Month campaign. So it was just really exciting to see all that great engagement last year. But I want to get into our security advice is overcoming the confusion and intimidation that prevents people from taking action. So we've learned from our research that I'll share in a moment that people find cybersecurity advice typically very confusing and intimidating. They find the steps very frustrating. And if we dive straight into security advice, when people are feeling uncertain or a little scared, they're just automatically going to tune it out. So instead, we want to show that security steps can be simple, easy, and effective, and that we can achieve this as an industry by providing easily accessible resources and advice. So we, again, want to simplify security and make it empathetic, welcoming, and approachable. We want to be helpful and friendly, and dispel the idea that people have, uh, you know, dumb questions. We actually, in a lot of our webinars, have people chiming in saying that they have a dumb question about security that maybe they're afraid to ask. And we want to get rid of this idea that there are any dumb questions. We don't want people to feel afraid to ask questions about, how to stay safe online. So our solution, our theme, Stay Safe Online, we're approaching with a similarity, like telling somebody to take care of yourself. We want you to stay safe online. We want you to have, to take care of yourself online. We want people to feel like they can stay safe without it feeling overwhelming, because at the end of the day, if people feel empowered and comfortable, then they'll follow the steps that we, give them to stay safe online. So again, we've learned from our research how people feel about cybersecurity. So this comes from our OBehave Cybersecurity Attitudes and Behaviors report. We run this report every year ahead of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And last year, we found that 46% of survey respondents say that trying to stay safe, trying to stay safe online is frustrating. 44% say they find it intimidating, and 40% say that the information on how to be secure online is confusing. So that is why we are going to continue to focus on what we call the core four. These are our key messages for Cybersecurity Awareness Month. These tips have been central to Cybersecurity Awareness Month since 2023, and we're going to keep reinforcing them until they become second nature for everyone. Evergreen messaging like the core four is really essential to building recognition and reducing confusion among people that don't engage with security content regularly. So the general public often sees these messages, they might be seeing these messages for the first time, or maybe they saw them last year, but they just forget them quickly. So consistent messages ensure that whenever someone does tune in, they get clear, reliable, consistent information. So we encourage you to center your messaging around these four essential tips, which are the easiest and most effective ways to stay safe online. And again, if maybe it feels repetitive from what you've done in the past, just remember that oftentimes people are getting a lot of information thrown at them about a lot of different things. So this might be the once a year that they're actually engaging with this information. So what feels repetitive to us as security professionals might not feel repetitive to the general public. So our core four online safety tips are using strong passwords and putting them in a password manager. So we go through what makes a strong password and why it's so important to secure that password. Turning on multi-factor authentication on all accounts. updating your software, and better yet, installing automatic updates, and then recognizing and reporting scams. This is a slight tweak from what we used last year, where we talked specifically about phishing. But in order to, just keep things as simple as possible and remove any jargon, we've replaced the word phishing with the word scams, just to keep it simple and a word that people, understand right away and that might resonate with them. So I've mentioned before that this year we really want to be welcoming and approachable, and we really want to embrace empathy and kindness in our messaging. And for the past several years, we've created our resources and our campaign with the following tone of voice in mind. So we want to keep our messaging simple, so no jargon. That's why we changed, instead of referring to phishing, we say scams. We try to avoid acronyms as much as possible. Not everybody knows what MFA means, so we try to spell out multi-factor authentication wherever possible. Just being approachable and empathetic. We want to be understanding and not make people think that they have dumb questions or make them feel afraid to ask anything. We want to keep things, back to basics and not overwhelm people with a ton of advice. And we want to be empowering. We want to teach people that this is something that is, you know, they can control their online safety if they follow the core 4 steps. We want to teach them that this is within their power, because oftentimes when you hear about, you know, large data breaches in the news, it can be very scary. You can feel a lack of control, but we want to teach people about the things they can do to protect themselves and empower them. So there are a few ways to become a partner of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. By becoming a champion, you can also work directly with the National Cybersecurity Alliance by requesting a speaker for your events. We also have a number of free events that you can attend as well, or invite your employees to attend, and then other ways that you can get in touch and kind of work with us on different initiatives. So the number one way I recommend getting started is to become a champion. It is completely free. You can go to our website, fill out a form, let us know how you're going to participate in the campaign. And then we send you a toolkit of free resources that are exclusively for registered champions. So for those of you who already signed up, the toolkit is now available. We just released it this morning. So if you have signed up as a champion but have not received your toolkit, just let us know, shoot us an email, and we can send it to you. But anyone that signs up now moving forward, you'll automatically receive these resources in your inbox. So we have some refreshed resources and some new ones for 2025. We have a full campaign guide with a lot of information that I'll share in this webinar, plus even more ideas for how to get involved. And we also have a sample content calendar if you'd like to kind of follow along week by week with what we're doing. We have new tip sheets on passwords, password managers, multi-factor authentication, software updates, and scams and phishing. We have social media graphics and social media posts, and we also have a link for you to add your logo to our social media graphics as well. That was a request we received a lot in the past, that a lot of you wanted to be able to customize the resources a little bit more and add your logo. So we created a way for you to more easily do that. We will also have 4 new animated videos available that we're really excited about. These will follow each of the core 4 messages. They're not available quite yet, but if you sign up as a champion, you'll automatically receive the animated videos as soon as they become available. We have a list of sample trivia questions if you want to, host a little like quiz or game show for your employees during the month. And we have pre-drafted copy for newsletters, press releases, leadership announcements, and proclamations. We also have a folder of Cybersecurity Awareness Month logos and a champion badge. And all of these resources you are free to take and use however you like. Once you have them, you don't need our permission. You can tweak any of the copy. You can, add your own style, make it your own. Again, you can add your logos to the graphics. You can, use these however you see fit, print them out, distribute them to employees. Another great way to get involved in Cybersecurity Awareness Month is to host an event. And the National Cybersecurity Alliance actually offers several presentations from our speakers and other outside experts. We do receive a lot of requests for Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So if you're interested in having us speak to your employees, even if you're not quite sure of the date yet, we do ask that you submit your requests by August 1st. So we have a few different presentations. We have a trivia game show, which we host through CrowdPer with two fun game show hosts that we'll ask 20 or so different trivia questions, and you can kind of see how your employees stack up. It's a really fun activity. We have a presentation based on our cybersecurity attitudes and behaviors report called A Whole Lot of BS About Cybersecurity. We have a presentation that we co-host with Kristen Sodakun. She has a big following on TikTok under her handle NotCon Junior, where she actually consensually doxes people. So people will volunteer themselves to be doxed. So people who feel like they're secure online, they have their information pretty locked down. She'll go online and find all the kind of hidden places that you can actually find someone's information. And she does a presentation about how she found that information. And then we're offering two new talks this year as well. We're hosting a talk with author and speaker Debbie Fox about the smart person's guide to getting duped, how to get into the mindset of bad guys and learn how they target us. And we'll talk about how to protect your data and what to do if you think you or a loved one is the victim of a scam. And then we're doing another presentation on scams called Click, Apply, Regret, a Scam Survival Story. So we're co-hosting this one with a woman who was the survivor of an employment scam, and she will talk through, kind of the red flags of the scam, what happened to her, how she tried to seek help. And so we'll follow her story, all the way through, and she'll provide her tips on how to avoid scams. So again, if you're interested in any of these presentations for October, you can follow the link on the screen, go to our website to submit your request. And we also offer a lot of these year round as well. So we're hosting a number of free webinars and presentations for the general public as well. So these will all be available on our website in the upcoming weeks, so you can register. Actually, starting in August, we're going to host a webinar series on the Core 4. So we'll have short webinars about passwords, multi-factor authentication, software updates, and scams. So you can come ask all your questions, encourage employees to join too as well. So these will be hosted every few weeks throughout August and September. I also want to know at the end of August in Cleveland, we're going to be in person. We'll host our twice a year event for security awareness professionals. It's a great opportunity to meet other people that run Cybersecurity Awareness Month programs in their organization. There are tickets are on sale now to attend. This is a 2-day in-person conference, and we host these throughout the country, again, twice a year. And stay tuned for more information as we host our virtual kickoff events. This is typically a very popular one where we bring in a lot of public sector and private sector speakers and leadership to talk about the importance of cybersecurity awareness and the current state of cybersecurity. We'll also host a group trivia game show that'll be open to the public. We have a invite-only in-person event available as well that there are sponsorship opportunities for. So if you're interested in any of these opportunities, you can get in touch with me after the webinar. And then also stay tuned as we'll be hosting a free, what we call an afterglow event for anybody who ran a campaign or a program in their organizations during October. So it'll be just like a fun virtual get together so we can talk about what went well and what didn't. Okay, so I wanted to share some ideas for how to create your own campaign because we've seen a lot of really unique ideas over the years, a lot of tried and true ways that people like to participate. And as I go through these, I also encourage you to post in the chat and let other people know how you've participated in Cybersecurity Awareness Month before, what went well for you, what do you plan to do this year, and share your ideas. So last year we surveyed our champions. We asked them about how they participated, and I wanted to share some of the more popular answers. So a lot of people would send out emails to employees. Some of them did an announcement at the beginning of the month. Some of them do weekly emails to stay in touch throughout the month as well. Many posted blogs or articles to their website or their intranet site. They posted about the month on social media platforms, or they held trainings or events for employees. We do see a lot of people, 68% ran internal campaigns just for employees, but a good number, 42%, ran external campaigns, so for their customers or clients. And 18% participated as an individual, so not part of an organization. I mentioned in your toolkit this year, there's a sample content calendar. So I wanted to share kind of a preview of what that looks like. So this is just a kind of example of a way you could structure your campaign and use our resources. So, typically late September, we really start ramping up communications about Cybersecurity Awareness Month, that it's like letting people know that it's coming up and letting them know what to expect in October, making sure they're registering for events, that they have them on their calendars. And then we kick off Cybersecurity Awareness Month on October 1st. We'll have our kickoff event. It's a great time to send internal and external announcements and start posting to social media. You might want to launch a competition or a phishing simulation, any sort of, you know, anything that might have prizes that people can participate in throughout the month. And then for the following weeks of October, each one can really line up with a different message. So you could start with, the week of October 6th, talking about passwords and password managers, sharing those resources in your toolkit. Every message, again, will have a tip sheet. There will be an animated video. There will be social media posts and social media graphics that you can use. So we will be talking about, NCA will be talking about each message all month long, but you might choose to split it up into weekly themes. That's up to you. So the next week could be multi-factor authentication, updating your software. Also note that the week of October 20th is a cybersecurity career week as well, hosted by NIST. So that's another great way to, post resources and engage employees. Following that, you could talk about recognizing and these weeks, also tying in what resources your organization has, like if you have any internal reporting tools for employees to report scams, if there are if you want them to use a company password manager or certain applications, it's great to tie them into Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And then not forgetting after the month to wrap it up, starting in early November, maybe send an email highlighting your activities, results, and successes to your employees, recapping any best practices, and reminding them about the resources that are available that they can use all year round. And again, this is just a sample content calendar. We recommend doing whatever works best for your organization. You don't have to follow the core four either. If there are different tips or best practices you want to share with your employees or your community, we encourage you to focus on whatever is most important to your organization. Some other ways we see people getting involved, especially at work, is publicizing resources and activities. It could be on an intranet site, on a website, on emails to employees or customers. A lot of companies choose to do external discounts or giveaways to their customers and internal contests. We also have a little guide in the toolkit this year for how to host a digital scavenger hunt. So that could be a great way to engage employees and maybe offer little prizes at the end. So if you are interested in joining us online, we encourage you to use the hashtag Cybersecurity Awareness Month, especially as the month goes on. We'd love to see what you all are working on, and this would make it easy for us to find your post and reshare all of your great activities. So don't forget, you can also use the sample social media posts and graphics in your toolkit, or you can take the Cybersecurity Awareness Month logo and put it on your own graphics. If any of you are considering hosting an event, we also have a little guide for how to do that in the toolkit where we offer some of our advice. Some of our key advice really comes down to identifying the audience you're trying to reach for this event and the specific behavior you're trying to change, and kind of keeping in mind the tone of voice of Cybersecurity Awareness Month, keeping things simple and approachable and back to basics. Oftentimes, cybersecurity, again, can be scary and frustrating. So it's a great idea to keep the experience lighthearted, relatable, and as interactive as possible. It's also helpful to, if you can show any buy-in from your C-suite, maybe getting them to speak at an event or submit a video recording, or inviting an outside speaker just to keep things a little fresh. Again, you can reach out to NCA. There are lots of other organizations you can reach out to for speakers. Our partners at CISA offer free speakers for presentations as well. So there are lots of different experts you can bring in to speak to employees. And then after your event, not forgetting to follow up, sharing any slides or resources that were shared during the event and reminding them of any key takeaways they can take with them. Again, I am looking through the chat right now, so I love seeing all the different ways people are participating. These can we'll go into our slides probably for future presentations, because it seems like every year everybody has different you know, different activities, different ways to keep it fresh. We see a lot of people that have been participating in this campaign for 10 plus years. So it's important to keep things, fun and exciting, and just to keep employees engaged year over year. I also encourage everyone not to forget about cybersecurity at home and in your community. So we have advice in our toolkit for how to bring all of this into your home life, how to share helpful tips and resources with your kids or your parents or your friends. We have information for how to hold a family tech talk, where you discuss how each family member can protect their devices, accounts, and personal information. So it's a good opportunity to just, sit down with each of your family members and make sure that they also know how to stay safe online, and create a culture of security in your family. We also love seeing people that should say how to get involved in your community. We love seeing people volunteer in their communities as well. We saw this last year during Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And we have a lot of resources on our website for how to do this, volunteering at your local library or your kid's school or senior center to teach people about cybersecurity. So before we get to Q&A, I want to share a few additional resources and programs that might be helpful in your campaigns. So coming up soon, we have a few other exciting campaigns this summer. We're launching Then and Now, which is a new campaign, Online Safety for Older Adults, which we're really excited about. We'll have actually exactly what I just talked about, kind of how to have a tech talk with your any older adults in your life. Maybe those are your parents or grandparents, about how to follow the core 4 steps, with very specific actions on what they can do to stay safe online, and helpful how-to videos. So this will be available in the upcoming weeks, so please stay tuned. Again, at the end of August, we'll be in Cleveland for our Convene Security Awareness Conference. Also, keep a lookout for Cubicle Season 2, which is launching this September. In late September, we're also releasing our 2025 OBehave report. And just a bit more about our report coming this late September. So for any of you unfamiliar, our OBehave report for several years now has surveyed thousands of people across the world about how they feel about cybersecurity and their cybersecurity habits. So we asked them how they store their passwords, if they're familiar with the cybersecurity advice we're talking about, how many of them use multi-factor authentication, for example. So this year we're surveying 1,000 people in each of these countries: the US, the UK, Germany, Australia, India, Brazil, and Mexico. So the results from this report typically guide our campaigns in the future, and they provide really great data points as well to use in your materials, to kind of inform your talking points. So once that is available, you'll receive an email in your inbox so you can download it. Just some more information about Convene. We'll be in Cleveland this August 26th to 27th. It is, again, a great opportunity just to meet the training and awareness community, anybody that's trying to educate employees in their organizations. And it's a good chance to just connect ahead of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So tickets to that event are on sale now. And then, of course, for both October and year round, please check out our website, StaySafeOnline.org, because we have hundreds of additional free resources. We have other toolkits as well. We have toolkits on online shopping, on romance scams, on data privacy, on safe travel tips that you can download and use just as you use the Cybersecurity Awareness Month toolkit. And we have hundreds of articles on different resources that you are also welcome to use. You're welcome to download the information, share it with employees, include it in your own campaigns and talks as well. So if you have any questions, if you want to get in touch with us, our email is info@staysafeonline.org. We'll also be posting about Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and we'll share any new updates on our social media channels, which are listed on the screen. But if you, again, have any questions, any other ideas for how you'd like to get involved, we've also worked with organizations on a number of other campaigns and initiatives. So if you have any ideas for something you're working on that you'd like to partner with us on, please reach out and let us know. And with that, I will go into the Q&A and see if we have any questions. Um, Let's see. So I think there's some questions about having a speaker for Cybersecurity Awareness Month, as cost is the issue. So uh, NCA's presentations this year do have a cost, but we don't want it to be prohibitive. So if cost is a concern, we still encourage you to submit the speaker request form, and we can work with you on that. But there is no cost to submit a request for us as a speaker. And I can make that link available to submit a request for CISA at the end of the presentation. We can put that in the notes after this call. Someone's asking about the game show, if it has different content or is presented differently. So we will have new questions and new content. It is the same format, though. It's going to be through the Crowd4 platform where people can sign on and see a leaderboard and answer a series of timed questions. Um, Someone asked about doing a collab on Instagram. If you're interested in any sort of like joint social media posting or campaigns, we'd love to talk about that. So just shoot us an email. Um, a few questions about a recording. So you will receive a recording of this meeting, and you'll receive the slides as well. There's also a question about our presentations on scam prevention, and if they will be relevant for a global audience. So typically our presentations are US focused, but if you let us know where your audience is typically based, we can also tweak our presentations based on that, and try to provide, information that would be more relevant to, where your audience is located. Um, Speakers can also be used for any types of webinars, whether it's internal, external, client facing. Let's see, someone's asking for the chat as well. I think what we could do after this is take some of the ideas that people have been posting in the chat, um, and share just, kind of a list of some activities people are doing, not attributing it to anyone in case anybody feels uncomfortable, but just sharing some additional tips that people have shared. Let's see, Lucas, do you see any other questions?
I think that's about it.
Great. Great. Well, again, if there are any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us. But Thank you all so much for joining today. We hope this has been helpful. And we will talk to you all soon. Stay tuned for any communications from us. If you haven't signed up to become a champion or you're not on our mailing list, please sign up so you can stay up to date on any new updates for Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Thank you.